Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler review for Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the last movie in the Infinity Saga, aka the first three phases of Marvel Studios, and it's the latest installment in the Sony Pictures Spider-Man universe, I guess we would say. It's not as hard as it is with some other movies like Endgame or Infinity War. It'll be hard to talk about this movie without spoilers, and therefore this review will be pretty short. And if you want to see my spoiler review, that will be up also quickly. I'm not sure when, mainly because, and this is a big deal for me, because I've always been a very avid movie watcher. Maybe not even just movies, a watcher of things that I love. And I watch them over and over and over and over and over again, but I've never seen the same movie twice in one day. Not in theaters too, like not at home, not in theaters, never. But before I was able to drive even 100 yards from the theater, I had to pull over and buy tickets to see it again in an hour. So I'm making some new Emily records right now with this movie, but I am absolutely floored and freaking out so much over Spider-Man Far From Home. So we need to talk about this, guys. There was a lot that needed to happen post Endgame, especially since Marvel's going on a little bit of a hiatus after this. There's not a movie coming out for I think a little over a year, maybe a bit longer. It's gonna be a while. They're casting the Eternals right now. They're casting Doctor Strange 2, and they're filming Black Widow, but it's gonna be a while before we get another Marvel movie. This was, again, the closing chapter, and I, as a very big Marvel fan, my subscribers know, I was so nervous for this movie, and you can see that in my trailer reactions. I made a whole video about what I thought Spider-Man Far From Home needed to do, and I literally posted that almost exactly a year ago. It was last summer, and there's just so many thoughts running through my head, but I think the thing I obviously need to say eventually is that I did love it. I'm going to see it again. Everything I was nervous about feel 90% satisfied about or above, but I'm just so shocked and so overwhelmed, I guess, with information. So those of you who watch a lot of my videos know that my two favorite Marvel characters ever are Spider-Man and Tony Stark. Spider-Man is the reason I got into Marvel Studios. I was not really into it at all until after Civil War, when I realized they introduced Spider-Man. I was like, I hope they didn't screw it up. So I went and watched it when it was available on streaming, and I just like flipped out. So I love what the MCU does with Spider-Man, and I absolutely fell in love with Tony Stark. After that, I was like, oh my god, Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. It was always something I loved, but like once you actually watch all the movies, you realize how incredible it all is. And I'm honored that I've been able to like be a part of this chapter in history. Seeing Far From Home has made me want to go back. I was gonna do a marathon, but then I didn't have time because I've been busy. But now I want to go back and not only watch all the movies that Tom Holland's Peter Parker has been in, but I want to go back and watch literally all of the MCU because it's all relevant in this movie. It's all like, you need to, from the first Iron Man until Endgame, all of those movies, well, not all of them, but a lot of them really build up and play into what Far From Home is. And it's so interesting to see, because you want to watch every movie that Nick Fury is in. You want to watch every movie that Tony Stark is in, that Peter Parker is in. You want to watch you just want to watch all of it. Like, this movie makes you realize how much fun the MCU is, and it was so it was such a roller coaster, because at some moments I was just like absolutely like on the like I actually did cry just a tiny bit. I was too nervous to like, I don't know, I was nervous that like at any moment it would start to get bad, because I care about Spider-Man so freaking much that I'm always worried no matter what movie what movie, I'm worried that it's going to be screwed up, except for Spider-Verse, because I saw the first 35 minutes of Spider-Verse at New York Comic Con, and therefore I knew it was going to be good before I went and saw the movie. It took a lot of weight off my shoulders, and that was very relaxing, and I wish I could go into more Spider-Man films like that. But no matter how much I trust Marvel and not Sony, Marvel and like John Watts and Tom Holland and just all the Kevin Feige, what everyone does with the character, there's been so many iterations of it that I've just hated, and I've been so nervous. But yeah, at one point I was very, very, very much tearing up, and luckily the moment ended before I full out like had tears dripping. I cheered, I was very worried, I was extremely happy, I was laughing, and then at other times I was so uncomfortable that I wanted to look away, and I actually think I did. So those things I talk about in my spoiler review, which I'm about to film, and there's just so much happening in this movie, and it'll be so rewarding if you're a Marvel fan, just like the other Spider-Man one was. It's so cool to see how such a grounded hero provides a way for the MCU to extend its roots, if you will. They go within the MCU, the world of the MCU, the universe, the trying to find a word that won't spoil the movie, that will fit into the movie, but it's like going inside to see what's real. Hopefully, but there's so many themes in this movie about responsibility, obviously because of Spider-Man, and illusions, and people being like how quick people are to believe something, and how quick, especially when they're desperate. And it's just about strength and family and feeling like you have this weight on your shoulders that like you can't walk around with anymore. It's just so wow. And the action sequences are phenomenal. Even just little moments. They weren't even all action sequences, but moments when it flipped from Peter Parker just being a kid to like Peter Parker like having to do something Spider-Man-esque. There are so many money shots in this movie, like so many things that I just want to like make a screensaver. And they're scattered throughout the whole movie too. And there are 2 end credit scenes. You need, and when I say need, I mean you need to stay for both. I have never been so like, I think these are 2 of the craziest end credit scenes we've ever gotten from Marvel. And I mean, that's coming from a Spider-Man fan, so it's biased, but I am absolutely just floored. It is not, you know how for Spider-Man Homecoming, the end credit scenes were like, okay, but you didn't need to see them, you know? Like, it's stuff that with, if you guys have not seen Spider-Man Homecoming, why are you even watching this? But the first one with the Vulture and Scorpion, like, that's a cool end credit scene, but that's not something that someone needs, you know? Or it's not like jaw-dropping. It's like, okay, like, this is interesting, it raises questions, okay. And then the second one obviously was just a gag with Captain America, and I was kind of wondering if they were going to do that again, but they didn't. Instead they did 2 things that were absolutely just mind-boggling, to the point where I need to see it, like I need to just do I need to just, I'm freaking out, and I'm freaking out about the future of the MCU and about so much. So that's all I'm going to say in this non-spoiler review, because I don't even know. Like, the music was great. Michael Giacchino, as always, absolutely fantastic. John Watts was an amazing director. The stunts and everything were fantastic. The whole cast, all of the new kids, and Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, all of them were amazing. And Jake Gyllenhaal, absolutely just, he brings out his top guns. He is absolutely fantastic in this movie. And what else can I say? I just thought of something and now I'm forgetting it. Oh, and the way they explain the snap, which is now called the blip, as you'll see, I don't really consider that a spoiler. I don't really like the fact that it's called the blip. That's really weird, but because it sounds weird and it sounds funny, and I don't like the idea of anything that has to do with the snap being funny. But I think that's also really cool how they address the snap. I'm gonna keep calling it the snap. How they address the snap in the movie, and kind of add you just have to watch it. And obviously when something traumatic like that snap happens, everyone moves on in different ways, and so you see that, and it's just so crazy, and it's just so crazy. And there's some things that I wish I saw but I didn't, and I honestly, I'm gonna go see it again in 50 minutes. So go see this movie, support it at the box office, and go see Endgame too. Please go see Avengers Endgame again. You will, I swear you'll enjoy it again. Just seeing that portal scene alone again is worth the money. And we are about 20 million, like 15, about 15 million away from topping Avatar at the box office for the all-time worldwide record of box office revenue of a movie ever. And that is so crazy, guys. And like, we're so close. Some movies don't even make, or like Marvel movies make like 7 times that in their opening weekend. So, well, Endgame did. So let's rally, let's do this. And if you guys want to check out my spoiler review, that'll be up probably a few hours after this one will be. And I'm freaking out. Okay. Subscribe if you want to see more of my coverage from Marvel Studios going forward. I will try to fill this void with as much content regarding it as I can, because I love it. And Stranger Things also comes out this week, and I'm not sure I can handle all of the stimuli. It's like actually probably gonna make me drop dead. I'm going crazy. So, so yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked the movie, and leave a comment down below. Please tell me all of your thoughts. No spoilers, please. If you want to talk about spoilers, check out my spoiler review, which again will be up a little bit later than this video. And until I see you guys next time, have a good day, everyone. Bye.